Hello, everyone. Due to some scheduling issues, I guess, maybe somehow, it's me, Lewis, and Al here with a new IGN list.
Sup?
I'm going to get you back for this, Johnny. For not showing up. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to go to your house and kill you with a spoon. But, what were you saying, Ryan?
Why not a sport?
Because spoons are funnier.
How are
Okay.
spoons funnier than sporks?
Sports are awesome.
Because I can imagine someone killing someone with a spork. You have to be really creative to do it with a spoon.
Moving on.
IGN's new list. It is the top 25 sci-fi movies of all time. And it's mostly filled with mainstream stuff.
Of course.
Of course.
Well, the mainstream is on the edge, dude.
I'm gonna admit I'm not much of a sci-fi guy. I know, as
No.
nerdy as I am, I'm not much of a sci-fi guy.
Trust me, you've heard of at least 20 of these 25.
I know.
So number 25 is Moon, and to be honest, this is probably the only one on this list I have not really even heard of.
I was about to ask,
never-
what movie is that again, but I
It
guess
says
it's kind
it
of
came out in
pointless.
2009, but
Oh.
I've never
Okay.
even heard of this movie.
I'm sure
Presume-
I'm sure someone in the comments will say, "You haven't heard of Moon? What's wrong with you? How can you talk about this list when you haven't seen it?"
Presumably this occurs somewhere in the core of Jupiter. But, well, let's just move on to number 24, District 9.
Much better than
Fucking
Avatar.
loved it.
It was awesome.
Fucking loved District 9. It's one of the greatest movies I've ever seen.
What movie is that again?
The
Oh my
cockroach
god.
ones in
Fuck
South Africa.
you.
I
It's with
told
the-
you that was what I...
It's with the cockroaches in Africa. Oh wait.
Thank God that Halo movie never happened. Huh.
I loved the way it was directed. I loved how it was like this like documentary type feel to it. The main character, what was he, a scientist?
Yeah,
Doctor? I
yeah.
can't. He was like a
He-
scientist. I fucking loved him. And that mech suit at the end was badass. But I
presume
liked
that's-
how the mech suit, whatever the hell it was, it got destroyed in the end, so he wasn't like all powerful. It's not like he found a Gundam in fucking nowhere.
He
And he
found
just
Gurren
hopped
Lagann
in a
in the
Gundam.
ground, and then got tied with the spaceship and made super Tengen Toppa.
He was going to use his drill to pierce the heaven.
And the Gundam just happens to magically have a gun that can blow up space colonies, except it doesn't work quite as well when the good guys are using it.
And I love how this. I'm just going to call it a Gundam. I love how the Gundam has like this magnetic shield that catches all the bullets and fires it back at everybody.
So it's telekinetic?
I kind of, I guess. It's got the powers of Magneto.
Okay. Works
Well,
for me.
I like how it went to the bug-eyed alien monster thing because it drove home the point better of we're not so different despite how different we look. Unlike a certain movie that's coming up next on the list, which beat you over the head with it.
They aren't
Not really.
aliens. Wait. They actually are aliens. They have, they look different than humans. Okay, let's go.
Avatar's not next. The thing is,
Oh, whatever.
you
It's
ruined
got-
the joke.
thing.
Good job. You ruined the joke.
God damn it.
What an appropriate name. That thing doesn't look much like anything but a thing.
Diabetes.
What is it?
Diabetes.
Diabetes, yeah. Wilford Brimley's in this.
What the hell
Yeah.
is that?
It's it.
It's.
It the clown?
No.
No, it's just it.
It doesn't get a
Um,
name, it's
okay.
just it.
I've never seen the thing, but I've seen several scenes from it, and the special effects are amazing for the time.
Yeah, for the time. And that's why I love
Like that-
I love
like that-
I love animal animatronics because there's actually something physically there. It's why I don't like CG because you know it's bullshit the entire way through. At least with animatronics, there's something physically there.
Like there's this one scene, it just looks so awesome. This dude's head falls off, and the legs sprout out of it,
Yeah.
and it's literally a head crab. No, it's
You
a
know,
literal head.
I wouldn't have caught that reference if I hadn't watched Full Life Consequences the other day.
And there's this one scene where this dude's on a operating table, and they try to use the defibrillators, but his stomach opens up, and there's these like icy teeth and shit. and it rips the dude's arm off. But it's like the most comedic sound effect. It's like one of those.
It has the clothes ripping sound effect, right?
No, not even that. It's like the slime sound effect from fucking Nickelodeon when his arms get ripped off.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Right.
It's been a while since I've seen this.
And there's a video game based off of this.
And it makes your allies do the river dance.
It's like
21 reviewed it.
Yeah.
Fuse box count 20.
Imagine the I'm just trying to imagine that defibrillator scene in video game form, like those surgery games they have on the Wii, except the body eats your arm.
The video game.
I know I've seen it. But I'm just trying to imagine the defibrillator scene in video game form. You know, like imagine those traumas, except the body eats your arm. That would be awesome. Someone needs to make that game, but we're getting off track.
Number 22 is the movie I was trying to make the joke about, the most overrated movie of the last decade, Avatar.
All right,
can
I just say my piece about Avatar?
Go ahead.
I've said left and right that I absolutely love this movie, not because it's so original and blah blah blah. It's fucking Pocahontas in space, or Dances with Wolves in Space, whatever you want to call it. Everybody's made all the jokes. I simply loved it because of the viewing pleasure. I saw it at IMAX, so everything was all popping out and me and shit. It's a beautiful movie. I'm not denying that. It's an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful movie. But the message is supposed to be stop relying on technology and shit. You want to know what's ironic? The message.
The message of the movie this movie couldn't have been done without the absurdly greedy corporations spending boatloads of money to try and make more money.
Yeah, the message that it constantly beats into you time and time again is we must not rely on technology and save the trees, yet at the same time, this movie was made with that technology they're trying to keep us away from. And you gotta love how incredibly technologically advanced mech suits are being destroyed by people with bows and arrows.
Yeah, that never made sense.
Reminds me of another movie I watched a while ago. What was it Return of the something? Return of the Joker? Return of the
Return of Jafar?
George. Something like that. It involves teddy bears beating down mech walkers with rocks
Return
and
of the
shit.
Jedi.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to avoid saying title, you idiot. You ruined the joke. You ruined the joke. I hate you.
It's what I do.
I kill you.
It's what I do. I love what this line here, what that IGN describes it. It's the first true showcase for what 3D could bring to the theatrical experience, using it as storytelling aid rather than a cheap gimmick or a crutch. I'm sorry, it's still a cheap gimmick and a crutch. It does absolutely nothing for the movie. Nothing.
On the plus side, it doesn't resort to throwing sunglasses at the screen.
3D still sucks. This is fucking Pocahontas in space.
At least IGN admits that it's not original at all.
So why it's on this list, I don't know, considering the only reason to see this movie is that it is indeed very pretty, I will admit that. But 5 to 10 years from now, no one's going to give a shit.
Also, they're not aliens. They're sparkly blue elves.
They're Smurfs.
They're the berries from Fern Gully, except much more expensive to make.
And larger.
Would you say that Fern Gully's pretty much the same? Would you say the Avatar also took shit from Fern Gully?
Oh, when they walk on the moss that glows up every time they step on it? Yeah, that totally wasn't in Fern Gully.
Which would you say is better? Which would you say is better, this or Fern Gully?
I
would say this is better, but not by much.
Okay.
I gotta ask you guys. I know Spoonie brought this up, and I think he absolutely hated this movie. What did you think of the whole connection to nature, where they were literally connected to nature through their fucking hair?
Okay, this is the scientist in me because I go to Georgia Tech and all. What evolutionary purpose does the lower animals having that serve? Why would they want to be mindlessly controlled by these people? It doesn't make sense on an evolutionary standpoint, so I just what the fuck, really?
The floating mountains.
Oh,
of
and
Pandora.
that too, that never gets explained. You know it's bad when Sonic the Hedgehog bothers to explain their floating island while this movie doesn't.
I was actually about to say that. There's no magic emeralds using their power to make the islands float.
They're just there.
Well, at least I'm not
They
the one.
distort your navigation equipment for whatever reason because the
At
plot
least-
demands it.
But the
At least
only
I'm-
explanation I can come up with is that it's a different planet. So yeah, that's the only explanation I can come up with.
Maybe the aliens are secretly cybernetic, and all the rocks have secret hidden hovering devices in them. So
USB,
thereby,
USB,
the anti-technology thing is even more ironic.
USB,
Or maybe I'm just shooting in the dark. What?
USB ponytails.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.